Welcome to Change Management Training on the Basics. What is a change? A change is an activity that is approved by the management. Any change performed has to be approved by the management. Implemented with a minimized and accepted risk to existing IT infrastructure. Always an impact and risk assessment is performed to ensure that the risk of implementing the change is minimal. Results in a new status of one or more configuration item. On most cases, post-change implementation, at least one of the attributes of a configuration item would be changed. We would look into the configuration item in detail in Configuration Management Basics. Provides increased value to business from the use of a new or enhanced IT systems. Legacy systems shall be changed to current technology-based systems, which is a change and provides increased value. Let's look at an example. A chef would change from an old conventional oven to a new microwave oven with more features and options. It not only helps the chef in cooking, but also will allow the chef to prepare cakes, grills from a single component and helps him to deliver better service. Let's look into the high-level steps of change management. Request. A change request is created. Approval. An approval is obtained for implementation. Implementation. Change is implemented where validation and testing is performed. Review. The post-implementation review which is performed after the change implementation. Closure. Closure of the ticket post-confirmation. Let's look into a simple example on the change management process. Your car is not starting and you are requesting the service technician to replace the battery. That is, request for change. The service technician will intimate you the cost of the battery, and based on your approval, the battery is replaced. This is approval. The service technician would be replacing the battery post-approval from you, which is implementation. The battery, once replaced, would be inspected by you to check if the car is starting properly, which is validation and testing, also called as review. Once the change has been completed successfully on time, you are a happy customer, which is closure. Let's look into the various steps involved in change management. A requester shall request for a change. It can be a service request or a change request. The request shall be validated and approved. In most cases, this shall be performed by the client except for standard changes. Once the change request has been approved, the change shall be performed. Once the change has been implemented, the change activity is validated and tested. Post-validation and testing, the change is completed and the request shall be closed. Let's look into the types of changes. Changes are broadly classified into three types. Standard change. These changes are generally referred to as pre-approved changes, which have a standard set of procedures with low or no business impact. These changes can be implemented by the service provider without any approval from the client. Normal change. Normal changes are those which do not have any predefined steps and its impact may vary from low to high. Normal changes may or may not require approval from the client based on the client service provider environment. Emergency change. These are also similar to normal changes but are implemented in scenarios of business emergency. There is also one more type or category of change called as retrospective change. Retrospective changes are changes which are performed during a business emergency where there is no sufficient time for documentation, meaning perform the change and then document it. In IT, retrospective changes are commonly tagged under emergency changes. Let's look into the roles and responsibilities. Key roles of change management process. Change requester, one who requests for a change. Change implementer, one who implements the change. Change manager, one who reviews and approves the change. CAB, Change Advisory Board, one who authorizes and reviews the change. For any suggestions or feedback on the video material, please contact us on the below address. Hope this presentation had provided you insights on the change management process. Thank you for viewing.